What's up, everybody? We are out here early in the morning, headed to the casino for some tournament action. One day, $500 buy-in tournament where you have to get there pre-register, only taking 150 people. So we're headed out pretty early. It's pretty cold. Let me get in this car. Welcome back to episode number 8. Let's go, people. The infamous car shot video. So we're here, we got in, we have a seat. I'll try to do the best I can with hand histories, probably write them down. I don't think I'll be able to film much here at all. Here we go, wish me luck. So here's proof of our tournament ticket, and I am also well aware of how weird I just sounded asking for you guys to wish me luck. Quick update on break, I think 136 left. Not too many hands to go over, haven't really had too much. We bluffed a few and lost a small one where we should have raised turn. He hit the ace on the river. I figured he was bluffing. I figured he was weak. We didn't end up raising, and we lost that one, but then got it back. And so we're about average. We're about starting stack. Let's run hot now. Let's get in there. Just some typical early tournament hands. We get dealt ace-jack of spades. Lay position. There's one limp under the gun. We raise to 1,000. The blinds are 100, 200, 200 big blind ante. The big blind calls. The under the gun limper calls. The flop comes down queen 10 5 with 2 diamonds. They both check to us. We bet 1,800 and they fold. We get dealt 7-8 of hearts, under the gun +1. Under the gun calls 200. We raise to 900. There are 3 callers behind. Flop comes down 8-3 6 with 2 clubs. Under the gun checks. I bet 2,400. 1 caller directly to the left of me, and the other 3 fold. We're heads up to a turn of the ace of clubs. I go ahead and bet this hand at 3,400, and he ends up folding. I do have a little bit of history with him. I watched him play a few hands kind of weird, so we elected to bet that turn. We also got Jack-Jack, under the gun, +1 raised to 500, same blinds. 1 call. It's on me, so I re-raised to 2,000. 1 call behind me. Everyone folds. The flop is Queen Jack 8. We flop a set. We check, and the villain checks back. The turn is a king, so we assume he's either scared of the overcards or maybe on a draw, which the king isn't that good, so we kind of put out a blocker feeler bet of 1,500. He calls. The river is a 9, which is just a horrible card for us. So we check, he checks back, and he ends up having ace-king, and we take that one down. So now that our chip stack is looking much healthier, we get blessed by the poker gods and get dealt pocket aces. We end up winning, I think, about a 4K pot. We flop top set, turn the boat, and he doesn't call. Our table breaks, so we move tables. Blinds are now 400, 800, 800 big blind ante. We get dealt in the cutoff, ace-5 suited. Everyone folds, and I raise to 3,300, which is about 3.1x. The big blind calls. The pot's 7,800. It's a great flop for us. It comes ace, 5, king, 2 clubs. He checks, and I do feel like I should be giving him a chance to spaz out here with a bet of 1/3 pot in hopes he goes crazy and raises, but I don't do that. I bet 5K, which is about 2/3 pot. He quickly calls. The turn is the 3 of diamonds. He checks to us again, and with clubs out there, I decided to size on the heavy side. I bet 15K, and he folds. And maybe our turn bet should have been more like 11 to 13K. That's something I'll have to go over. But our stack is now 53,800, good for about 67 big blinds. But the blinds go up to 500, 1,000, 1,000. And we're in the big blind, and we get dealt 10-8 offsuit. The same guy as the hand before raises 2.5x, about 2,500. Everyone folds. He's fairly loose aggressive. The pot is laying us exactly 3.3 to 1, and giving this is our big blind, we have to defend a much wider range, especially against this player who's been loose aggressive. So I call. The flop comes down king 10-2, rainbow. I check, and he bets 3,000. He could have a lot of draws here. You know, something like Queen Jack. I mean, we do block all of his Broadway hands containing a 10. So in reality, he kind of either has a king here, a draw, or just air. And it's much more likely he has nothing. So I call. The turn's the 8 of hearts, which is a great card for us. I check, and he bets 5,500. The pot's now 17,500, and he makes this bet's less than half pot, and I think this bet's kind of weak, but with the 8 of hearts coming on the turn, although it's good for our hand, it could give him more outs, and thus his range has a lot of combinations that this card is good for or gives him equity. So I elect to raise to 15,500. He thinks for a second and he calls. The river comes a deuce of hearts. That's a terrible card for us. I just don't see how we can bet this card, because if he has a king, his 2 pair beats ours now. Hearts get there, and I think it's just a tough spot to be in out of position, so we check. He thinks for quite a while, and shoo, he checks back. We announce 2 pair, and he just mucks. We did lose a few small pots before headed to break, but we are still sitting nice. So break number 2, there's about 95 players left. We got pizza. We're about 60 big blinds with a stack of about 55,000. Anyways, we're doing all right. We'll definitely be going over them. I will have to do a edit video. I can't go over them now because the breaks are so short. It's just crazy. Like 10-minute breaks every 2 hours. But we're holding our own. We're doing well, and hopefully we keep pushing forward, keep moving up, keep building our stack. We end up moving tables again. I didn't get any real interesting hands recorded. Looks like we're sitting at about 85, 90,000 before we head on the next break, but I think blinds are up to 244. We'll see here what I have to say on this break. I haven't played a tournament forever, so the grind is definitely real. Quick update, 54 players left on our 3rd break. Next break's dinner break. Stacks about 85,000. Not too bad. Blinds, I'm not sure to be 1 and 2, big blind ante next, which will put us at about 42, 43 big blinds. Just moved tables again. But we got a decent stack. 42 big blinds is good. Getting down, 19 get paid, so be back on the tables in 10 minutes. Let's go us. As you can tell in that clip, I'm getting tired, and as you can tell in this one, we have clearly lost a massive portion of our chip stack. So let's head to the next break and see what I have to say about that. Okay, so I found a little place to chill. We're on dinner break, and we are coming back to probably about 7.5 big blinds, which is not good, but there are 29 people remaining, 19 get paid, 10 places to the money. Not really many hands to report. We have been pretty card dead. Pretty much any jams that we did, when 12, 10 big blinds that we didn't get called, so we just picked up the blinds and then pretty much went back to card dead. So only hand I have to report I made a mistake on was there was a limp, and I was on the cutoff, and I called the limp. I think at that moment I probably had something about like 25 big blinds. Button, who's an aggressive player, raises to 11,000. Another player called, and then the person that limped called. At this point in time, I mean, I'm getting so good odds. I should just be, I don't even know, but we fuck whatever. We called, and the flop came 10 of hearts, 5 of hearts, 6 of spades, and we got the 4, 5 of spades. My original players check, I check, and the button bets 15,000. The other player folds, and then the player to my right calls the 15,000. We have a backdoor straight flush draw, and I mean, I just really don't know what to be doing in this situation. We have a pair and a backdoor straight flush draw. I don't know if we should be jamming this or not, but we end up folding, and I feel like when I don't know what to do, I should probably be folding in certain spots. So we do, and the turn is bank 4 diamonds, 2 pair. They get it all in, and the button ended up having king jack high, and the other player had jack 10 when he flopped top pair, and he won a large pot, which would have all been ours. And then ever since then, it's just been, you know, slow, card dead, not too many spots. I mean, we were under the gun. We shipped jack 10 of hearts, no one called. Picked up the blinds. Very next hand, we're in the big blind. We get dealt 8-3 offsuit, and someone raised. And now when we come back, we'll be in the small blind, and blinds will go to 4,000, and I think we have 34,000, 33,000, so we're somewhere around the 8 big blind mark. Hopefully we can get a double up. Let's go. We need it. Holler at your boy. We need that double up. I know what you're thinking. You're like, well, what happened? I mean, did you win? What happened? And I have to tell you the truth. we got our double up. Just not in the typical double up way. We had to shove about 4 or 5 times, either in the small blind, on the big blind, on the blinds in late position, or on a limper, and we run it up to 15 big blinds. And as if the poker gods don't love me enough, they give me pocket aces. 21 people left, almost a stone bubble with 15 big blinds. There is one limper. We jam all in. We've been jamming all in so much and no one's been calling. They got to call us once, right? So we jam all in. And finally, we get a call. Ace, jack of spades. We are heads up. I go to roll my hand over. I say, one time hold. This man rolls the ace, jack of spades over, looks at us, and he says, nice hand. Yeah. Uh-huh. 2 spades on the flop. Spade on the turn. We get knocked out in 21st place. After 8 hours. What a day. What a day. I'm sorry that the filming of this wasn't my best work. I will get better. I kind of feel like tournaments and cash games are a little bit different when it comes to filming. If you guys want to support me, please smash that like button. Hit that subscribe button so you stay updated when I put out new videos. If you like the content, if you love the content, also put a comment below. And I'll see you guys in episode number 9. Peace out.